In this video, I will discuss the rotational motion problems from previous year's question papers of IIT JEE. This is the first question. One quarter section is cut from a uniform circular disc of radius r. This section has mass m. It is made to rotate about a line perpendicular to its plane and passing through the center of the original disc. Its moment of inertia about the axis of rotation is. 4 options are given. You can pause the video and attempt the question. Here is the solution. So the moment of inertia of a disc and a moment of inertia of a sector which has got the same mass will be equivalent. To understand that, let's consider a ring at a distance r, elemental ring, and a corresponding sector of the ring. So the mass of this ring is 2 pi r into dr into the surface density sigma 1, and the mass of this sector of ring is theta r, which is this circumference length, into the thickness dr into the surface density sigma 2. The surface density sigma 1 in the first case is total mass divided by the total surface area, which is pi r square. In the second case, total mass divided by the area of the sector, which is the fraction theta by 2 pi into pi r square. So simplifying, we get the mass of this ring as 2 dr by r into m, and the mass of this sector is also 2 dr by r into m. So the mass distribution of this disc and the sector which has got the same mass is same. So the moment of inertia of this disc above the center point and moment of the sector above this point are same, and moment of inertia of a disc is half m r square. So moment of inertia of this sector is also half m r square. So the correct option is option A. The basic idea of this problem is, suppose you have a point mass at a distance r from this point, then the moment of inertia of this system is m r square, and suppose you have 2 point masses of mass m by 2, both at distance r, then the moment of inertia of this system is also m by 2 r square into 2, so it is same as this one, m r square. And also if you take 4 point masses of mass m by 4 at a distance r from this center, the moment of inertia of this system about this point is also m r square. So the correct option is option A. This is the next question. A cylinder rolls up an inclined plane and reaches some height and then rolls down without slipping throughout these motions. The direction of the frictional force on the cylinder are: option 1, up the inclined plane while descending and down the incline while descending; option B, up the incline while ascending as well as descending; option C, down the incline while ascending and up the incline while descending; option D, down the incline while ascending as well as descending. You can pause and attempt this question. So these are the forces acting on this cylinder: the weight, which is vertically downwards, and the normal reaction, and the friction force at the contact surface. So the torque on the cylinder above the center point, only the friction force will contribute the torque, as the normal reaction and the weight will pass through the center, and as the cylinder moves up, the angular velocity will keep decreasing. So the friction force should provide this retarding torque. So the direction of friction force should be upward the plane. Similarly, while coming down, it will reach the maximum height point where it stops rotating and will keep moving down with the angular velocity increasing. So this torque, which increases the angular velocity, should be provided the friction. So the direction of friction force should be upwards. So the direction of the friction force is upwards the plane, both while ascending and descending. So the correct option is option B. Let's move to the next question. A circular platform is free to rotate in a horizontal plane about its vertical axis, passing through its center. A tortoise is sitting at the edge of the platform. Now the platform is given an angular velocity omega naught. When the tortoise is moving along the chord of the platform, with constant velocity with respect to the platform. The angular velocity of the platform omega t will vary with time as. 4 options are given. You can pause and attempt this question. So the tortoise is moving along this chord starting from this point say, and it moves in a chord with a velocity v with respect to the disk. So as the tortoise moves along this chord, the distance of this tortoise from this center point will keep on decreasing. It will reach the minimum distance here, and after the distance will keep on increasing. The moment of inertia of the tortoise about the center is mr square, where r is changing. So r initially decreases until it reaches the distance r equal to d. After that r increases. So the moment of inertia, which is mr square, will decrease as r decreases, reach the minimum at r equal to d, and after that moment of inertia will increase. And since there is no external torque acting on the system, I omega is conserved. That is the angular momentum. So the angular velocity omega will keep on increasing until it reaches the maximum at r equal to d, and it will keep on decreasing after that. So the correct option is option C. This is the next question. Consider a body shown in figure consisting of two identical balls, each of mass m, connected by a light rigid rod. If an impulse j equal to mv is imparted to the body at one end, what would be the angular velocity? You can pause and attempt this question. Here is the solution. So any rigid body, when it's given a, which is free, and it's given a torque or an impulse, it will start rotating about its center of mass. So about the center of mass, the change in angular momentum is the angular impulse that is given to the system. So final minus initial angular momentum. The final angular momentum is I into omega, where I is the moment of inertia of the system about center of mass, and omega is angular velocity. Initially the thing is at rest, so the angular velocity is, angular momentum is 0, and the angular impulse imparted is the variance mv into the distance from the center of mass, which is L by 2. So mv into L by 2. And moment of inertia of the system is m into the distance square, that is L by 2 square. This is the distance of the two masses from the center of mass, and two of them are there, so it's twice m L by 2 square. So from this we get omega as v by n. The correct option is option E. This is the next question. A particle undergoes uniform circular motion at about which point on the plane of the circle will the angular momentum of the particle remain conserved? Option A, center of the circle. Option B, on the circumference of the circle. Option C, inside the circle. Option D, outside the circle. You can pause and attempt this question. So the moment of inertia, the angular momentum about the center point is r cross p. R is not going to change as the particle keeps moving along the circumference of the circle, and p, the velocity magnitude is constant. So r cross p is m into v into r, which is same as m omega square, m omega r square, which is equal to I into omega. Omega is constant, so angular momentum is conserved about the center of the circle. So option A is correct. Let us check other options also. Option B is on the circumference of the circle. So let us consider this point on the circumference of the circle. So from this point, r cross p, which is the angular momentum as the particle moves along the circle, at this point it will be 0, but here it will be not 0, so it is not conserved. And inside of the circle, r cross p, the magnitude will depend on the magnitude of r, which is minimum at this point, and maximum here, the magnitude. The magnitude of momentum is same throughout because velocity is constant throughout. And from a point outside of the circle, again the angular momentum is magnitude is minimum at this point and maximum at this point. So the correct option is option E. The next question. A disc is rolling with slipping on horizontal surface C is its center. Q and P are 2 points equidistant from C. Let Vp, Vq and Vc be magnitude of velocities P, Q and C respectively. Then 4 options are given. So basically we will relate the velocities of the disk at points Q, P and C. You can pause the video and attempt the question. Here is the solution. So let the disk translate towards right with a linear velocity v. So all the points on this disk will translate the same velocity. We are splitting the velocities into linear velocity and angular velocity. So the translation velocity will be same for all the points, and the disk let it rotate with a speed omega. So and this direction of omega r, the angular velocity will be tangential to the circle. So it will be in this direction at point P and in this direction at point P, and at point C r is 0, so omega r is 0. So the velocity of point C is v and velocity at point Q is sum of these two vectors, which makes an acute angle, and it is greater than v because it's v plus something. And at point P, the vectors, the directions are like this, so the resultant of this will be less than v. So Vq is the maximum velocity, and after that Vc, and minimum velocity is Vp. So the correct option A. This is the next question. A child is standing with folded hands at the center of the platform, rotating about his central axis. The kinetic energy of the system is K and moment of inertia is I. The child now stretches his arms so that the moment of inertia of the system doubles. The kinetic of the system now is. You can pause and attempt this question. There is no external torque acting on the system, so the angular momentum will be conserved. So I1 omega 1 equal to I2 omega 2. The initial angular moment of inertia is I, and once the child stretches his arms, the moment of inertia doubles. It's been given. So it is 2I. So from this you get omega 2 is half of omega 1. The initial kinetic energy, which is rotational kinetic energy, is half I omega 1 square. And final kinetic energy is half I2 omega 2 square. I2 is 2I because moment of inertia is doubling, and omega 2 is omega 1 by 2. So omega 2 is omega 1 square by 4, and the kinetic energy is half I omega 1 square. So from this we get K2 as half K. So the kinetic energy is going down half. The correct option is option B.